Hey guys, welcome. Let's have a conversation about what's up this week. This is the 22nd of February through the 28th, 2021. And we start out this week with a Pisces sun and a Cancer moon. So right away, we're going to talk about things like intuition, feeling, but also a tendency to avoid and look away from things, right? This is, that in your feels time. And on Monday, also the moon squares Chiron, sextiles Uranus, and is in conjunct Saturn. And so we might really be a little bit available to some insights, right? Personal insights. We've also got Mars. Hello, I did see you. Squaring Venus and trining Pluto, and also the North Node is trining Jupiter, right? So you might really be in your feels about some big things, right? Some deep-seated things, things that matter, right? Things that affect your growth, your destiny, your future. And if that's the case, like, here's the deal. We're talking about Chiron and Uranus and Saturn. So this is about how do you structure and how do you change things in your life to put them in a better alignment, right? According to how you feel and how you wish to feel and what you want to call toward yourself. On Tuesday, the moon trines Neptune, right? So this is a Cancer moon trining Neptune. Again, all the feels, all the feels. Also sextiling Mars and opposing Pluto. Again, we have that opportunity to dig in to how we feel and what we want to do about it. This is so important. What do we want to do, right? Feels are feels, and that's great. But unless you're putting those feelings into action in some way, they're just here and gone and here and gone, right? You don't want to drag them around like baggage. You want to put them into action. And here's the deal. On Wednesday, we have a T-square, right? The moon in Leo with Saturn and Uranus, right? Also, there is a sextile between Chiron and the sun. Again, we're talking about these deep opportunities to dig into your feelings and really equate them and link them in some way with your self-definition, your self-image, the changes and ways that you wish to structure your identity. We also have Pluto squaring Mars. So this is a Capricorn Pluto squaring a Taurus Mars at 25 degrees. You might want to check your natal and see if that affects you in any way. So we're talking about order, structure, resource, authority, right? But we really want to get back to that resource as tangible or intangible, right? It doesn't necessarily mean things, right? We're talking also about the moon and Chiron and the sun. These are you. These are your personal planets as well as these big outsiders, right? And as Pluto is squaring up with Mars, right? We've talked ad infinitum about squares and what squares bring to you. Opportunity, right? So we're talking about Capricorn. We're talking about Taurus. We're talking about ways to really structure your resources and be in that stable, grounded way of building this structure. Whatever structure it is that you're looking to build in your heart. Venus is at 29 degrees of Aquarius, right? She is asking you to innovate, to change, to step up your game, to find the way to create whatever you want, right? We've got a Leo moon, so these are big feelings. We also have the moon opposing Saturn and Mercury and Jupiter. So there's opportunity, right, for feelings and communication in the way that you wish to expand and grow and develop. With that Venus at 29 degrees, there is plenty of opportunity, right? For that refinement of your value and your reevaluation of your values. Again, we're talking about your heart's desires. And with a Leo moon, the way that you wish to roar, right, as your feelings. Now, here's the thing. With that Mercury opposition to Saturn, or the moon opposition, I'm so sorry, to Saturn and Mercury and Jupiter, this might be a day that you're in your feels and yet you're not quite ready to talk about them, right? And so if that's the case, it's perfectly okay with all of that Earth energy, right? Pluto squaring Mars, right? And we also have Uranus, right, squaring Saturn. And, you know, there's a lot of fixed energy, a lot of earth energy. So you might just want to choose to keep your head down and keep moving forward. You know, there's no need to open your mouth with this moon opposition, especially with Venus at 29 degrees. Really just feel into it. The full moon is coming. So at this point, it might be best just to experience. You know, that fixed energy is that energy of experience. So go ahead, be in it. It's all good. Then on Thursday, Venus moves into Pisces. Okay, so resources, feelings, right? Again, we're talking about what is better felt than spoken. And that's perfectly okay. Also, the sun is going to sextile Uranus on Thursday. And so this is really that kind of way to, again, and also the moon is sextiling the North Node and trining Jupiter. So again, this is about feeling into the way you wish to self-identify, the way you wish to self-define, or the way you choose not to self-define, right? Those are options. You know, again, we've got the sun, right, at 7 degrees of Pisces. We've got Uranus at 7 degrees of Taurus. And at their midpoint, we have Chiron at 7 degrees of Aries. So it's like a big lucky 7 day, right? But the key here is that you're the one that has to make those definitions, right? The sun, and Uranus, and Chiron. This could be a day of great healing if you pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on inside, right? Especially with Venus moving into Pisces. And the moon is going to be opposing Jupiter strongly. So feel into it. See what happens. Allow yourself to shift. It might just allow you to expand your entire destiny, right? Amazing, huh? But, you know, it's the little tiny things, and that's how we roll. On Friday, the moon opposes Venus, right? She hits Pisces, and then pow. And also the Jupiter trines the North Node on Friday at 16 degrees. And so that's kind of exciting. Again, we're talking about expansion and your destiny, right? And the moon is going to move into Virgo. Now, let's talk about this. We've got Virgo. And then very, very early on Saturday morning, I think it's like 2:17 a.m. Central Time, we've got a Virgo full moon at almost 9 degrees of Virgo. And so let's talk about Virgo, Pisces. Okay, so Virgo is the sign of service. It's the sign of health. I like to call Virgo priestess energy because it is that fully capable, fully competent, fully intuitive sign. In that complementary energy, our sun in Pisces is all about feeling into yourself. And then selfing into your feelings, right? You see how this is kind of interesting. The key here is that the dichotomy of those two signs, right? I sum it up as serve or suffer. Okay, so what that means is if we can't find a way to be of service, generally we fall into that avoidance, suffering, kind of I'm going to look away mode, right? That is really kind of a tendency, a hazard for people who are very strongly intuitive in their Piscean energy. And so as we have this full moon, right, be aware of where you're serving and where you might be avoiding or suffering. And this can be on the individual or the collective level, right? Are you serving yourself, right? Virgo is all about that health, that self-service, right? And so if you are not in those good habits, good self-care, then you might want to look at the ways that, again, you are creating your own suffering. We've also got, by the way, Venus is conjunct the sun. So we're going to be talking about how, as Venus is conjunct the sun in Pisces, right, we really want to avoid those ways that we sublimate our own urge to resource ourselves, right? And so what I mean by that is not just self-care, right? It's not just about going out and getting your nails done. It's about doing the work. It's about paying attention to what your heart and soul are saying, paying attention to the ways that you are caring for your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth, in addition, right, to your bank account. Venus is not just money, right? Venus is love. And so how do you love yourself? Well, you take care of yourself. And that doesn't just mean in the 3D, right? That means in the spiritual, in the soul realm too. And at that Virgo full moon, ask yourself, what are you doing about the health of your soul? You know, we have a lot going on in terms of the world right now, but we also need to be remembering that this Aquarian energy really only works if we have a world full of individuals mindful of their individual state of health and being. You know, that's the energy of Aquarius, right? To be the actuated individual within the collective. So that will be highlighted at this full moon for sure. On Sunday, we have a grand Earth trine. Again, we've got the moon, we've got Pluto, and we've got Mars, all in Earth signs, right? So this is about practical steps, motion, ideas, in order to support what you want to feel, how you witness your heart and soul and your being as safe, as secure, as fully resourced, paying attention to where you feel like home is, right? This earth energy. Are you building the home your being and your heart and your soul really want? We've also got moon opposing Chiron, again highlighting this concept of your heart, your health, your home, your wounds, right? You really want to dig into where do I feel like I'm home, and what does that mean to me? And am I in creation? And yeah, big deals. So yeah, it's kind of a big week in terms of what you want to feel like. Next week, Mercury will catch up to Jupiter and Mars will change signs. So that's kind of a big deal. But let's just talk about this week, right? So we talked about Monday. We've got the Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so as we have this conversation, we're talking again about that Sun in Pisces and Moon in Cancer. Again, we know that the Two of Wands is all about inspiration, heart's desires, right? And then we've got the Knight of Swords coming in behind him. So that's definitely that Mars squaring Venus and trining Pluto. Also the North Node trining Jupiter. So this is really about where do you want to go and what do you need to shift in your beliefs and ideas in order to get there? What is serving you in that higher choice, right? Where is your heart? Where is your being going to actuate, right, in the most full way? And on Tuesday, we've got that Cancer moon trining Neptune. So we have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So Pentacles, again, are about feeling resourced, right? So we've got that Cancer moon always wanting to feel at home, safe. We also have the moon sextiling Mars and opposing Pluto, right? So we might feel a little overwhelmed, especially with that Neptune in Pisces, right? There might be a lot of things swimming around in our periphery, right? And so the key is always to come back to that sense of inner abundance, right? That place where you are so fully resourced that you can give no matter what you have, no matter what's in front of you. You know that your alignment is the key to not feeling overwhelmed by what's going on around you or outside of you or anywhere else. Yeah, and the Six of Pentacles is really all about generosity as well, right? And so those watery signs are really all about the feels and how this feels to be in your abundance, and the fact that your abundance is how you feel about it, right? And what you get to do with it after that is up to you. So on Wednesday, we've got that T-square, and also Pluto squaring Mars. Okay, so this is an interesting day, first of all. So we have Temperance and the Two of Swords, right? The Two of Swords is a conflict of ideas. Now remember, we talked about that Leo moon, that 29-degree Venus, and how you might be feeling a kind of way, but perhaps not really wanting to be in communication of it, right? This is that keep your head down, tell your story walking, as my BFF says. Just kind of keeping your own counsel, right? And so we have this beautiful divine energy of temperance, right? Temperance, also knowing where we're going. But this is about checking in, right? Recombining with that energy of the moon and Saturn and Uranus, perhaps not being afraid to recreate in new ways, right? We talk about that fixed sign energy being able to not only look at structure, but dissolve structure, right? And especially with this Capricorn Pluto squaring that Taurus Mars, we might need to really consider what are we not looking at, right? We know this from all of this Moon, Pisces, Neptune stuff. So this might be that day that we start really working on our own inner alchemy, right? Especially with Venus at 29 Aquarius, so that we can really be in our own feels, right? Is this feeling right? Is what's going on in my life supporting me? Is it creating opportunity for me? Is it healing me? Am I creating the things that I want to create? And if not, I have another option, right? I have another option. Important to know sometimes. On Thursday, we've got that sun sextiling Uranus. Excuse me. And we've also got that really crazy 777 day, okay? So we've got the King of Swords, who is very familiar with his ideas and beliefs, right? We also have the Three of Cups. So this is kind of an energy of celebration, right? So let's talk about why that's important. So we still have that Leo moon, right? And that Leo moon is opposing Jupiter as all of these things are going on. Also, Venus is moving into Pisces, right? Venus is kind of at home in Pisces in a weird sort of way, right? I mean, I know she rules Libra and Taurus, but Venus likes to swim in that Pisces water. I mean, she was, you know, born of the sea foam. So you have to consider that that's kind of a celebratory sort of a wash kind of energy. And so we might feel a little bit of a dichotomy, right? Sun sextile Uranus. What do I think? What do I feel? What do I think? What do I feel? And how am I going to figure that out, right? We're talking about the sun and Uranus with their midpoint being that Aries Chiron. What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with all this energy? Well, the moon is opposing Jupiter. Again, we're still kind of keeping our head down. We're still kind of feeling into what brings us joy, knowing that we have the ability to create that, to create from it, to create as it, right? But again, we're looking to feel our way through. What makes you happy? Great question. Friday, the moon opposes Venus, and the north node trines Jupiter. All good things, right? So we have the Hanged Man and the King of Pentacles. So this is, again, this energy of suspended judgment, of really just kind of, I mean, keeping your head down. That's funny. And the King of Pentacles, right? This fully resourced, right? We've got, again, this echo of what really is it that's going to make me feel fully resourced in my abundance, in my true abundance, in my kingly abundance? Where have I been making choices? Where have I been perhaps choosing the wrong things? Where am I perhaps headed in the wrong direction? Well, perhaps if I'm making these wrong decisions, I can change them because I know that it affects my destiny, right? My destiny. Jupiter trine the North Node, the way that I expand into my future. This is important, right? This is important. And the North Node is still in Gemini, right? We have all of these options for the future. Which one are we going to take? Well, we're going to have to figure that out. What's the best option? What's the highest option? What's the divinely guided option, right? What option is going to bring me the most joy? It's a great question. These are questions for the week, right? And then on Saturday, we have that beautiful full Virgo moon. So we've got the Page of Pentacles. And again, we see the Six of Pentacles. So let's talk about this. Virgo moon, right? Opposing the Sun and Venus. So the Page of Pentacles is messenger, right? This is a messenger energy. This is something that's going to allow you to feel like you have a message, an inspiration, a new way to look at resourcing or what you have or how you want to feel, right? So we talked about the Six of Pentacles being this energy of really feeling in your resources, feeling that sense of connected abundance, right? And this doesn't just mean abundance in your bank account or in your garage or do I have a great house? It means what is in my soul. So this Page of Pentacles might offer you a new way to consider that, right? This full moon is trining Uranus. So these shifts and changes that are coming over this week, you might feel a very strong culmination as we have this Virgo full moon, right? Pisces is all about feeling and intuition. The Virgo full moon is about that getting things done, right? Knowing how to move forward in the most appropriate way, right? Virgo is a beautiful earth energy. And so to have these two cards at this beautiful earth moon, and then to have them in opposition to the Sun and Venus conjunct, right? This is about service, right? This is not about suffering. This is not about suffering, right? It's about service. This whole week is about what is serving you, what is serving the collective. Are you creating the life that serves you? And in creating the life that serves you, you are serving the collective, right? We're talking about this fixed energy. We're talking about all of this shift into Aquarius. We're talking about how we structure our lives, our happiness, our joy, in order that we are that space holder, that placeholder, that piece of the collective, right? On Sunday, I mean, this is a big end to a week here. We've got the Emperor, right? The summation of all of our kings. The Emperor can be a little stuck. We've got that grand Earth trine, right? But we also have the Queen of Cups right there to temper. So where we have this grand Earth trine, right, where we have this opportunity to take these practical steps, this forward motion, we also have the Queen reminding us that we must be the embodiment of how we feel within what we're creating. It's not enough to build something that looks great from the outside. We've had 250 years of earth-dominated energy where we built great things that looked wonderful from the outside, but were devoid and decaying on the inside. Now, it's important to pay attention to the inside, right? The entropy has taken us to this place where the inside, the void, is calling out for our healing. Moon opposed to Chiron, grand Earth trine, right? Get right with whatever you think home is, whatever home feels like. When you close your eyes and delve into the depths of your heart and your heart's desire, what does home feel like to you? Where are you feeling safe? Where are you feeling the most fully resourced? That is your home, right? You can use that grand Earth trine energy to create more of what doesn't feel like that, or you can shift this whole week, especially this beautiful full moon, to find the places that do feel like home. That's what we're here to do, people. We're not here to shuffle around. We're not here to add more noise to the echo chamber, right? If it's time to make those shifts and changes, by God, that's what we need to do. So we got number 36, the middle world. All right. Gorgeous, is it not? The middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality. You bet it is. It is the playground of the living, in the present moment where everything is happening. Yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expedient, not mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground. What would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with ease right now, right? We have nothing in retrograde. This is all forward motion, y'all. Do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering is not readily available to you yet, right? Keep your head down, keep moving forward. So it is important to ask for help from the invisible realms, from helpers in the upper world. For now, wait, right? This is the time of choosing, of making choices, of making your assessments, right? As this full moon happens, this is that time to really dig in and be in your awareness. All of this earth energy culminating in this full moon and grand earth trine are bringing you to that place where you must know, right? We're blueprinting right now. You are blueprinting your life. And the way that you do that is from how you feel. Yeah. Happiness is a choice, my friends. It is a choice. And how do you make that choice? Well, you dig into your heart. That's where you make every choice, from your heart, right? We're not here to create more of what we've had. If you sit down and look at your life and it is not making you happy, then staying there is a choice. Not moving forward is a choice, right? This week you are going to have an opportunity to really dig into what happiness means for you. What does it mean to be happy in the 3D? Again, we talked about really finding that place where your spirit, your heart, your soul, those things ruled by Neptune and the moon, right, are brought into focus, right? You have the opportunity in front of you to find a reason to celebrate, a reason to be happy, a reason to make a different choice if what you've got's not working. If it's not working, don't be afraid to shift and change it. Don't be afraid, even if it just means that you pay attention to the messages and your alignment. Even if you shift only your alignment based on how you want to feel and what you wish to create in terms of all of your solidity. Ask for help. Ask for help. This is very important because when you ask for help, you always get it, right? That divine inspiration, it's a real thing. So we will definitely talk before the full moon. We might talk about Pluto square Mars as well. We'll see. Other than that, guys, have a deeply feeling week. I hope that your hearts are present and active, and I hope that you choose wisely. Big blessings.